Hello Capricorns, and welcome to your monthly horoscope for May 2026. If you are new here, welcome. And if you are a returning viewer, welcome back. All right, so today we are going to look at the energies taking place, the events, astrological events taking place in May, and I'll tell you how they may influence your zodiac sign, so your ascendant sign, on a deeper level. So these horoscopes are most accurate for your ascendant sign, also called rising sign. However, you can also watch them for your moon sign or your sun sign if you wish, just to get a bigger picture and a deeper understanding of your path in the upcoming future. I follow Western astrology tropical zodiac, so welcome. All right, so we start this brand new month with a full moon in the sign of Scorpio. Scorpio is a fixed water sign. So here what this means is that with the full moon influence, something is coming to a culmination. This could be about a realization, a turning point, or a completion. Now, this is happening in your 11th house, so this energy will generally highlight any situations, any matters connected to your social circle, to your friendships, but also to your long-term goals, dreams for the future, your long-term direction overall. So full moons usually tend to intensify our emotions, our feelings, and it's about something that has already been unfolding for quite some time. It's not necessarily about something new, that's the new moon, most likely. But at the same time, with the full moon in the 11th house, you also realize, or you have a deeper, greater understanding here. Scorpio is a very profound energy, and this could be some transformative time for you in terms of your social circles. It could be connected to some shifts in dynamics in your friendships, for example. Maybe you will be leaving a group, maybe you might have a realization. Generally, this energy helps you to understand if you are in alignment with certain groups or whether something needs to change. And similarly, this is connected to your friendships, associations, generally with other people. Now, this full moon could also give you the much needed clarity you've been looking for about your future direction. So at the same time, with this full moon, the modern ruler of this full moon is Pluto. Pluto is in Aquarius, about to station retrograde in Aquarius actually a few days later. So it is moving very, very slowly. It's a wide orb, but it's Pluto. Pluto moves slowly, so we are taking this square into consideration. Pluto is in your second house of finances, resources, your income. So this energy with this full moon in the 11th house with a square to Pluto, and this energy, this square could make you think deeper about what is it that you invest your money in, especially when it comes to some memberships or some group dynamics. So generally, if you feel like you're investing in something that is not giving you enough in return, then this full moon could prompt you to reconsider your connection, your membership, for example. Maybe your priorities are changing. Maybe your financial situation is changing. So this could be also like a wake-up call, because it doesn't necessarily have to be just about people, but also about people, about groups. It could be also about what they represent in your life. Now, at the same time, also on the 1st of May, we've got Mercury and Chiron conjunction happening at 27 degrees of Aries. This is in your 4th house. So here, Mercury is the planet associated with our thinking processes, communication, our mindset, anything to do with intellectually stimulating energy, while Chiron, the wounded healer, whenever Chiron isn't activated, this often relates to certain wounds that may show up in conversations, or even after watching a movie, or some realizations about some insecurities or unhealed emotions. And this is connected to your home, to your emotional base, to your foundations. And this could be connected to some memories resurfacing around this time, some unhealed emotions, realizations about who truly supports you in your immediate environment. Family doesn't always mean your family through blood or by blood. It could be also people who feel like your family. And then here, whatever is happening externally during this time, it is directly connected to your internal foundations, to your emotional well-being as well. Now, on May the 3rd, Mercury enters Taurus for 2 weeks, and that's your 5th house, where the Sun is also present. Now, Uranus is completely out of this area of your life in your 6th house, so you are reinventing your daily life reality. But in the meantime here, The focus is on the Taurus house energies. Of course, we are still in Taurus season at this point. Mercury here turns your attention, your mind, your focus upon anything connected to creativity or projects, creative project, anything connected to pleasure and fun, or even visiting museums or theaters, art galleries. It's a great time for some intellectual stimulation, but also for even playing games and doing some puzzles, jigsaws, or maybe engaging in some new project that requires focus. And remember, the fifth house is also connected to self-employment and business. So with Mercury here, you might be involved in, you might be planning your next project. You might be also generally when dating, even during Mercury in the fifth house transits, you seek and you need that mental stimulation, conversations. You might have this really strong need to discuss things through and talk these things through to express your creative urges. Overall, this energy could also stimulate you to think about what actually brings you that sense of joy and happiness, fulfillment, especially since the sun is still here shining its light. Now, on May the 6th, Pluto stations retrograde at 5 degrees of Aquarius. So this is your second house of money, finances, resources, possessions. So this is significant because whenever a planet stations retrograde, its energy manifests internally rather than externally when it is in the direct motion. So for you, this energy brings a sense of transformation in the upcoming months in the area of self-worth, money, anything to do with values as well. Now, because the retrograde energy becomes internal, this could also makes you question your what truly matters in your life. What is worth investing your time, your energy, your effort into? And at the same time, this energy, because it's such a profound transits retrograde here, this energy could also make you think about any attachments, especially financial attachments, whether they are necessary or perhaps not. Now, on May the 16th, on the other hand, there's a new moon in Taurus happening at 25 degrees of Taurus. So a new moon occurs when the sun and the moon are in the same degrees. And this is the beginning, and of course, in the same sign, this is the beginning of a new cycle, lunar cycle. So you've got Mercury here at this point as well, and of course the sun, the moon. So this is in a way a turning point. It's a late degree of a new moon, which also indicates that feeling of urgency. Perhaps you feel like you might feel like you're running out of time, but of course, Taurus energy is about stability, determination, continuity rather than impulsivity. So this energy could also make you question anything connected to what brings you happiness and joy. This would be a really good time for engaging in some hobbies or interests and new projects. Maybe it's a new routine for your children. Maybe it's a date. So whatever the scenario here, your mind is active and stimulated. And this is about really investing your time into what is meaningful to you, what is valuable to you. And with Taurus energy, whatever you invest your energy and time into, especially if it truly matters to you, you can continue continue with it. It's a fixed energy, which is lasting, which is sustainable as well. So this is about restoring something essential for you. It's not about superficial. It's about the simpler pleasures of life. That's Taurus. Think about those 5 senses, how to fulfill them, how to stimulate them. All right, so on the 17th, Mercury will move into Gemini, joining Uranus there. And this will be a really good time for restructuring your daily routine, reality. See what's working, what isn't, what's sustainable in your daily reality, daily life. A great time for reviewing your well-being routine, your health routine, your diet. Mercury brings that need for productivity, for organizing things. And it's like having that to-do list and self-improvement, etc. All right, so on May the 18th, Mars enters Taurus. So here, Mars is a fast-moving energy, the red planet Mars, but in the sign of Taurus, Mars is not is active, determined, but this is about steady, stable energy, not impulsive energy. That's your 5th house, so it's very stimulating energy to get through to whatever that you've been planning, dealing with already since Taurus season began. In the second part of April, you had Mercury here, you had a new moon here, so lots of energy. So here, Mars brings action and helps with that momentum, achieving that momentum. So this could see you beginning perhaps a new project, new goal, idea, something creative, artistic. Maybe this is about a new romance, taking initiative in your romantic relationship. Maybe it's about investing your energy with something that you truly enjoy, something that brings joy. Maybe this is about some personal projects, some new contracts, a new client, for example, or perhaps some quality time you want to invest with your children. All right, so here generally life becomes active again here. Use this time to really enjoy this time, because once Mars moves into the 6th house and later in about 7 weeks, then life will become much busier in the like a work way. Work and deadlines, exercising, that will be on your mind. So in the meantime, really enjoy the 5th house energies, the 5th house creative, artistic energies. Now on May the 19th, Venus enters Cancer, your 7th house of relationships, unions, partnerships. So beautiful energy, because the 7th house is traditionally associated with the energy of Libra. So Venus feels very comfortable in this area of life. It brings love, it brings romance into, it can generally harmonize and stabilize these one-to-one connections, relationships. And it also brings that need for emotional openness, emotional connection. So it's a really positive energy for these one-to-ones. And generally you might feel that your relationships feel more supportive, a good time for dating, a good time for getting yourself out there, engaging with others overall. Now here on May the 21st, the Sun enters Gemini. So we start Gemini season on the 21st of May. And this is your 6th house. So here, this is when the dynamics begin to shift. Of course, Mars is still in your 6th house for a few more weeks. So you are investing your energy there. But your light is shining in your daily life. So it's a really lovely time of the year for restructuring your daily reality, see what's working, what isn't, what perhaps is draining your energies, what feels unsustainable. And this is in regards to your work environment. This is in regards to your routine, to your lifestyle, to your health routine, to your well-being routine, to your duties, responsibilities overall. But here on the 22nd, you've got very erratic energy being activated, and this is the Sun and Uranus conjunction happening in the sign of Gemini at 1 degree of Gemini. So this is when your daily life can become slightly more unpredictable. Keep your schedule light on this day. Anything that's very fixed, or if your attitude is too fixed with your routine or your schedule, then it might create frustration. We need adaptability, flexibility during these Uranian transits, which only last a day or so. It could be already 21st, happening on 21st, 22nd, 23rd, but especially on the 22nd. So this could indicate some sudden changes at your work, maybe some disruptions with technology. Maybe you might have to work from home if you work from the office, or you might have to go to the office. So generally here, there's some shift in your routine taking place, maybe some unexpected responsibilities, demands that will require flexibility. But at the same time, there's something positive could come out of this. It's not doom and gloom. Flexibility is required because something in your routine at work environment could shift and change without your control, even unexpectedly. So it will require you to adapt quickly and promptly. But at the same time, there could be some really fun, some new realization that may come out of this energy that could actually make you realize that, hold on, maybe I can implement some changes in how I do things on a daily basis, how I work, for example, to simplify my life. So yes, this energy could eventually help you to simplify your life on a daily basis through these events and realizations you may have as a result of that. Now we end the month with full moon in Sagittarius happening on the 31st of May. So this is the final event for this month. We'll discuss in this video. So first of all, we started May with it as well. So we started on a very intense, profound note, transformative note even. We end on a very different, much lighter note in a way, but this energy brings a need for introspection. Really an amazing time for taking a break, especially since you've got the Sun. Generally, Gemini season can bring some activity in your daily life, and you've got quite a bit of energy happening in the 5th and the 6th house. So here, taking a break and dedicating some energy and time for a reflection, contemplation can really serve you very well, because during those moments of solitude, during the 12th house, full moons and new moons, we really gain a lot of clarity, and it's essential. So meditation or journaling or generally it's spending time in nature, taking a walk, exercising. This helps you to release the excess of negative energies and release what doesn't serve you as well. So there's a lot happening at this point internally, not necessarily externally. It's a quiet end to the month, and that's okay. Because on the 29th of June, there is a full moon in Capricorn. So you will have time for focusing on your direction more externally. So take this full moon in Sagittarius to have a little break, to have a little rest, so that you can enter this brand new month on with strength, with energy, with much more energy and a deeper sense of self. So thank you so much, Capricorns. Have a great month, and until the next time, bye for now.